Hey, friends, welcome to this week's episode of Life in 15. For the last couple of weeks, we've been looking at how to communicate better. This is one of the things that I address many times in counseling situations. Last week, we looked at how to be a better listener, and today we're going to look at how do you become a better talker when you're trying to communicate with someone. I read somewhere that someone said that communication is more than merely talking. It combines words with the power of the ear to hear a soul connection, and it creates a soul connection. James, Jesus' brother, taught us some very valuable lessons on how to communicate effectively. He said, be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry. Let me encourage you to commit this principle to memory and into the way you communicate. I guarantee you that your communication will improve significantly. Great communication is essential to great relationship because when we're communicating well, we feel close and intimate. When we're not communicating well, we generally don't feel close and intimate. So let's look at some things. First, I want to look at the goal of communication. Let me say, first of all, the goal of communication is not win, lose. I have to win and you have to lose. Definitely not good communication. Let me give you the goal of good communication. It's to understand each other better and create an experience for your partner or the other person of being understood and accepted. So important that they feel this way if you're going to communicate well. And today I want to share with you 3 effective communication skills that you can implement. And I share these regularly in counseling sessions. First goal, mirroring. Mirror back to the other person what you think you heard them say. Something like, I heard you say, if I understood you correctly, you said. It sounds like you're saying. Let's see, any others? That's enough. After you mirror back to them, get some feedback. Ask them, did I get that right? That gives them a chance to say, well, not really. Repeat the mirroring process and then move on to validating, which is the next communication skill I want us to look at today. Validating. Validating is seeing the world through the other person's eyes, walking a mile in their shoes. This is how we show compassion, which is something every one of us wants and we need. Validating is not agreeing. It's basically saying to the other person, from your perspective, I can see why or how you would say that or see it that way. Validating sounds like, let me give you some examples here. It sounds like this. I can see what you mean. Doesn't mean you agree. You just can see it. Here's another one. I can understand where you're coming from. Try to do that. Understanding is so important. Another one is, that makes sense to me because I understand where you're coming from. Okay, so the third communication skill, in addition to mirroring and validating, is empathizing. Empathizing is a powerful way of developing intimacy and conveying compassion. It requires you to verbally capture the emotion behind what the other person is saying and express it to him or her. Empathizing, I've heard said, and I try to do this, is speaking with your heart. Empathy, let me give you some ways that it sounds. It sounds something like this. Well, you must feel. That must make you feel. Or I wonder if you feel. One of the major mistakes that many couples make, and here's another idea to take with you today, is fire hosing. Fire hosing is when we share too much information in a conflict situation or in communication situation. Let me encourage you to give bite-sized pieces of information. Don't rehash the whole history and all the details. I heard that said one time is going historical on someone. Use self-control. Practice condensing what you want the other person to hear. Use only 3 to 5 medium-sized sentences at a time. Look, if you've been talking more than a minute, it's time for your partner to respond. If you have to, when you're learning this, use an egg timer. Thank you for watching today. As always, please share if you know someone this might help.